Real quick before we get started, we have something really cool we want to tell you about.
Magic the Gathering artist Steve Ellis has a Kickstarter going on right now featuring his awesome art on a playmat.
The campaign features Ikoria companions Jegantha, Luris, and Gyruda, but stretch goals will make more options available like Power Balance and KROXA.
Plus, there's a sick new token pack that you can pick up through the Kickstarter too.
Use our link in the description to check out the Steve Ellis Companion Playmat Collection before it's too late.
Now let's get into this game.
Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam. This week, we're celebrating our 5-year anniversary of the channel, so we're recreating our first video ever to figure out which commander from Theros Beyond Death is best in cEDH.
This video is brought to you in part by Dragon Shield. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off to help support the show.
And check us out on Patreon to support us directly and get awesome extra perks like access to the monthly update video that Dylan just posted yesterday.
So we have Tyler on URO Food Chain. I'm playing KROXA, Sears Sausage. Cam is on the outlets at NYLEA, and Nate is playing HELIOD, stax Crowned. Here's a 3.
Whoa.
I'm ready to go. Is everyone else ready to go?
Ready to go.
Ready, yeah.
Any pre-games?
Oh, I have one. Put a Gemstone Caverns into play, and this time I'm actually gonna pitch something.
When we played this matchup 5 years ago, Cameron also had a pre-game action, and hilariously, the first action ever taken on this channel was a mistake in him not exiling a card.
How else would a play to win begin?
Yeah, exactly.
Use my Gemstone Caverns. It has a luck counter that I'm fetching, and I have no other pregame actions.
I'm gonna draw for turn, play a Flooded Strand. I'm gonna crack it and get a drop, but I'll fetch at the end. Cast a Mox Diamond. I will pitch an Emergence Stone, and I'm gonna cast a Ledger Shredder. Pass.
Draw card. Lotus Petal. Crack it for a black. Imperial Seal.
That's a great start for you. I love it.
Great start.
Ledger Shredder, I will draw a card. I will discard this Flusterstorm. Ledger Shredder gets a counter.
Pass my turn directly afterwards.
All right, so here's my draw for turn. Forest, Sylvan Library. At the turn.
Draw. I'm just gonna play Plains and pass.
Ledger Shredder not as good on the first turn as I thought. Draw for turn. Woodfoot Hills, crack it right away. Go find a breeding pool that's gonna come in untapped. I'll be down to 36 then. I am going to cast a Gitaxian Probe for the cost of 2 life, going to 34, and I'm going to target Nate. Nate, I'm just going to say, can you go ahead and reveal your hand to the whole class? I will verbally tell them the information anyway, since
Sure.
I'm allowed to do that, and this will make it easy over webcam. I will draw my card off of Get Probe. I'm going to pay 3, and I'm going to cast URO from the command zone. I get a Ledger Shredder trigger on cast.
You got it.
So I will draw a card, discard this Mana Confluence.
You're gonna find Food Chain in no time.
Yeah, just got it. One card at a time. Ledger Shredder, URO. We'll get there eventually.
Brute fucking force.
I gain 3 life, going to 37. I draw a card, and then I can put a land from a hand onto the battlefield. I'll put this Exotic Orchard onto the battlefield. This gets sacrificed when Illicit Escaped. I am going to put him in the command zone. I'm going to move to combat, and I will attack Dylan for 2 in the air.
Kicking the guy with no lands,
Cam,
eh?
I'm sorry. Cam has a Sylvan Library. I'm actually going to attack Cam for 2 in the air.
Yeah, come at me. I'm down to 38.
All right, I will pass the turn.
All right. I will draw a card, play Ancient Tomb, lose 2 life, and cast Talisman of Indulgence, going to 36. I'll pass my turn.
I'm gonna take 8 and feel great. I don't even give a shit about what they are.
You're at 30.
I'll play Ancient Tomb as my land.
Wow, copycat.
Now I'll play Copycat. You guys remember when Joey Wheeler would cast that? Here's a Utopia Sprawl on my forest. I will name green, lose 2, go to 28. And I'm just gonna cast NYLEA.
I have a Ledger Shredder trigger. I will connive, discard a Mist Hologriffin, put a counter on Ledger Shredder.
All right, Cameron, are you doing anything else?
Nope.
Untap. Okay, I'll draw. I'm also gonna play an Ancient Tomb.
Oh, Copycat.
Yep. I'm gonna go to 38. I'm gonna cast Eidolon on Rhetoric. Pass that.
Seeing that Eidolon is honestly kind of perfect for me because I mulligan to 3, so all I need right now is time. If everyone just slows down a little bit, then maybe I can do something.
This is honestly kind of not too bad for me either, because if I can just brute force some beatings, then I can still get somewhere this game, or at least like take Nate out with player removal for when I'm ready to combo. So I'm just glad that I don't have to worry about Food Chain so much.
Yeah, there's really not many ways to actually find a food chain in blue-green.
So I already wasn't too worried about Food Chain.
Untap, I will draw for turn. Angle Span Bridge works, losing 3 life. I will pay 5 and recast arrow. I have 2 ETBs. I have sacrificed it unless it escaped, and I have gained 3 life, draw a card. I have no land to place. This makes me sad. I will gain 3, and then this will go to graveyard. Graveyard this time. And Cam, I'm gonna come at you for 3 in the air.
I'll go down to 25. Actually, that's what I'm most worried about is
Yeah, flying damage.
yeah, just dying.
All right, I'll pass the turn.
In your end step, I'm going to cast Vampiric Tutor and lose a life from the Talisman of Indulgence.
Seems good.
I'll go to 33 and go search. I'll find this mystery card. I will put this card on top and go to my turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Lose 3 life from my mana and cast Wheel of Fortune.
No response.
Yeah, I have no response.
Tyler?
Also no response.
Cool. Have fun, everyone. I'm going to wheel. Pay attention to Tyler. He's got the most lands in play.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's not even true, but he's got blue cards in his deck. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm discarding the good cards. I'm just going to show you. I'm discarding Spellseeker, Neoform, Dispel, Crop Rotation, and then Elves.
Hope you draw 7 lands because those are all good spells.
I got 3 lands, Disciple of Freyalise, and Gulta.
You guys knew everything except for a portable hole.
Here's Wooded Foothills and Pass.
Okay, here's my turn. Sylvan Library trigger. Draw 2 additional cards. Oh, fuck. Hold up. I'm looking at 10 cards right now, and I can only use 1 of them. What the fuck?
You took the 8 life?
I'm not going to pay any amount of life. Staying at 25. I'll play a forest, 3 mana. This is how I'm going to try to get around this rule of law. Let's cast a Vivian, Champion of the Wilds.
What loyalty does it start with?
4.
I'm going to show you a Force of Negation pitching a snap.
Crap. All right, yeah. You got that, and then I have to pass. Not that this would have worked, but maybe don't say, this is how I'm going to get around rule of law before you cast the spell.
Yeah, explaining why your pieces are particularly good.
What am I, an anime villain?
Yeah.
All right. I will draw. Play a Plains with my land for turn. Cast Rest in Peace.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh,
like
wait,
the sound
shit,
of
the
that.
Mistall Griffin gets exiled now. Damn it.
Go to combat. I'm going to attack Cameron.
I'm taking it. 24.
Pass turn.
Seeing the Rest in Peace, though, however, is not good because I am a red-black graveyard deck, and in red-black, there are not a lot of ways to get rid of enchantments, and I use my graveyard quite a bit. So this is a problem right now. Now I'm just kind of waiting and watching my friends play Magic as I get to play lands.
Nate and I are on the same team.
Untap, draw for turn, play a Botanical Sanctum tapped, and then I'll tap 2 and cast the Fireworks Stone, and then I'll move to combat, and I'll come at Cameron for 3 in the air.
21.
That's the turn.
I'll fetch my Wooded Foothills in the end step and go to 29. I'll find Ruckus Theater with the Wooded Foothills and get a Surveil trigger. I guess, it's at least what we're doing. So, sure, I'll keep that card on top. And I'll go to my turn and draw, play Badlands, and I'll cast Tiny Bones. Joins up. Any number of target players each discard a card. I'll target all of you.
I discard Plains.
Fearsome Path.
I'm discarding an Elvish Spirit Guide.
Cool, that's it. I will pass my turn.
I will Sylvan Library trigger. I'm going to just keep 1. Going down to 19. Here's a Kogla. Its fight trigger is going to hit the Ledger Shredder that's beaten me to death.
Yeah, makes sense.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. NYLEA is a creature. Move to combat. I think, Tyler, I'm going to hit you with NYLEA for 5.
I'll take 5, go to 32.
Then I will pass.
Once up, upkeep, I will draw. Play Plains with my land for turn. Take 2, go to 36. And I'll cast Heliod.
Sounds good.
Oh, sure.
Move to combat. I'll attack Tyler for 1.
Take 1,
I'll pass turn.
untap. I'll draw for turn, play this Waterlogged Grove, and I will pass the turn.
Untap, draw a card. Play Scalding Tarn. I'll cast KROXA. When it enters, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land this way loses 3 life.
I got a Hope of Girapur.
Discarding a City of Brass, losing 3, going to 28.
I will discard a Amirius Call.
And then Tiny Bones is also going to trigger when a legendary creature enters and have any number of target players. All you guys each mill a card and lose 1 life.
Mill a card, this Beast Whisperer, and then lose a life to 18.
War.
Halfling, lose a life to 27.
35.
And then my KROXA sacrifices and I'll put him in the command zone. I'll pass my turn.
I will go to my turn. Here's a Sylvan Library trigger. I think I'll just leave it like this and draw 1 card. I'm going to move to combat.
Before combat, do you know who you're coming at?
Yeah, not you. I'm coming at the other 2. I'm saving you for last.
Okay.
Cool.
As long as you're not coming at me, we're good to go.
NYLEA at Tyler and Kogla at you, Dylan, so that the Kogla trigger can hit the Tiny Bones joins up.
Sounds good. And then I'll take 7.
That's 7 for you, and then 5 for Tyler. Cast this Wirewood Symbiote, and I will pass the turn then.
Once up, upkeep, I will draw. My land for turn will be Nykthos. I'm going to activate Heliod lifelink here. Go to combat. I'm going to come at Tyler for 1.
Before we go to blocks, I will cast a Chord of Calling for X equals 4. I am going to go find a Phyrexian Metamorph. I will have it enter the battlefield as a copy of Kogla. I have a fight trigger. The fight trigger is going to target the Symbiote.
Symbiote is down. Nothing I can do.
What's blocks?
Nah. Gadriel's Dismissal.
It's Galadriel's.
Galadriel Dismissal targeting new Kogla, the Phyrexian Metamorph.
Okay. I have no response to that. Kogla phases out.
It's 1, but it'll get a 1/1 counter because as
That's fine.
lifelink.
I'll go to 21.
Go to 36. Then I will pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. This phases back in.
Even though the Metamorph was phased out, it's still, since it was in play before, it does not have Summoning Sickness now, right?
Yeah, that's how phasing works. It's a weird one.
You treat it as if it doesn't exist. That's how it says. It exists. It's there. But you treat it as though it doesn't exist.
I will draw for for turn. Everything sucks. I'm gonna pay 7 to recast URO. I will draw a card, gain 3 life. I have the option to put a land. I will put this Gaia's Cradle into play. And I gain 3. I'm just going to let URO die and go back to command zone. I will move to combat. Cameron, I want to attack Dylan to also pressure his life total and destroy the talisman because I want to put Dylan a little bit on the back foot before I get rid of the rest in peace, which I eventually want to do. But if I attack Dylan, I feel like I'm just going to end up taking 12 from you. Is that the case? Do you want to talk it out, or do you want to just keep the information to yourself?
I think I'm only attacking you with NYLEA. I'm more incentivized to not send Kogla at you, I think.
Kogla's not going to kill anything on my board if Tyler kills my talisman.
I might not be attacking you with Kogla either.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take the chance here, and I'm going to send Kogla at Dylan, and the attack trigger will target Talisman, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, sure. Sounds good. I'll take 7 and go to 15 and 22. I think that sounds right. Thank you. Get me out of this hell.
Fastest turn.
I'm going to fetch my Scalding Tarn in the end step and go to 14. I'll find this Blood Crypt tapped. I will go to my turn, untap, upkeep, and drop. Luxury Suite. Well, I still can. I'll cast Dark Confidant. 4 cards in hand. Pass turn.
End step. Lose 2 down to 16. Paying 5 total mana for a shared summons.
Oh.
The 2 creatures I'm going to find are Woodland Bellower and Ashaya Soul of the Wild. To my turn. Sylvan Library. Let's look at 3 cards. Keep them like this. Draw 1. Tyler, I wish I didn't say the words that I said to you on the previous turn.
What were the words you said?
You didn't make a promise. I just asked you.
Yeah, I guess I didn't technically make a promise. I feel like I'm really incentivized to attack him with my Kogla because I want to get rid of his Kogla.
I don't think you made any sort of deal.
Yeah, I didn't perceive it as a deal either.
I'll go to combat. I'll tell you what. I'll do this for you here. Nate, I'm gonna come at you with NYLEA, and Tyler, I'll come at you with Kogla.
I'm gonna crack the Waterlog Grove with the Gaia's Cradle Mantle. Oh yeah, and sorry. Yes, you have an attack trigger and it's pointed at my artifact Kogla, is that?
Correct, yeah, your artifact Kogla, yeah.
I'm just gonna crack this Waterlog Grove in response before I lose the Gaia's Cradle Mantle.
Cool.
Yeah, nothing to say about that.
And then Nate, you're taking 5.
Taking 5, going to 31.
I'm at 17.
I did this attack because I kind of don't perceive you as a threat right now, especially now that your life total is so low and you have this Dark Confidant that might...
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not threatening at all. That's why.
I know that you play Hoarding Broodlord in your deck. Like, you might flip that. Also, Nate's life total is starting to look healthy, so at this point now, I do feel like I kind of wanted to start chipping at him a little bit without getting rid of his stax pieces that are still holding you and Tyler off a little bit. I guess what I'll do then is going down to 14, cast the Ashaya. I think that's it for me, so I will pass the turn.
End of your turn. I'll lose 2 life, and I'll cast Abeyance. I'll draw a card. Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
I think there's a chance Cam might have Scrib Ranger, but just...
I can promise you I don't have Scrib Ranger.
All right, he promises.
Are all your creatures forests now?
They are, yeah.
I'll cast Blind Obedience. I'll take 2, going to 27, and activate HELIOD, targeting the Eidolon. Go to combat. Tyler, I'm coming at you. So you're taking 2, you're going to 15, going back to 29. I don't get a counter here. I pass turn.
Okay, untap. Draw for turn, casting Mist Hollow Griffin from exile so that I have a blocker. Next turn. I'll pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, Bob Trigger. I'll take 1 from a Hopeless Nightmare and go to 13.
Sounds like what you're experiencing right now.
Draw a card for turn.
Bro, me too.
Let's play Sulphur Springs. I'll cast Hopeless Nightmare. Each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life.
Ooh, I'm down to 12.
I'm going to be down to 27. I'll discard
I'll be down to 13, and I'm discarding an Eldritch Evolution.
Veil of Summer for me.
That's it. I'll pass my turn. The discards may not seem like they're doing a lot, but when the board is pretty stacked out, with the Rest in Peace kind of having a big effect on Tyler and the Rule of Law slowing everyone down, I think that discarding a card is actually slowly adding up.
It is hurting me because I don't know if you've ever tried to assemble a 3-card combo with the Rule of Law in play, but there's a lot of time that passes as you're trying to put these pieces together.
And when you don't have card advantage built in, eventually it's like land or spell, and then you start losing important pieces.
I think on your end step, I'm going to Worldly Tutor. I got a Sylvala here, so I'm going to put that on top and then untap, upkeep, and get my Sylvan Library triggered. Well, look at that. That's exactly the order I wanted them. Draw 1 card. All right, let's move to combat. NYLEA down at Tyler and Kogla down at Nate. Kogla trigger, I think I want to hit the Blind Obedience.
I'm going to cast Surge of Salvation.
So you'll still take 7 from this attack then?
Yep. I'm going to pay for and activate the ability of Talon Gates of Madara to put it from my hand onto the battlefield. And the ETB, I will target NYLEA because I cannot afford to take 5 damage.
That's funny. Okay, yeah, so NYLEA will phase.
Down to 20.
All right, it's fine. I'm just going to go really precariously ridiculously low. Down to 10. 4 mana, and let's get the One Ring out here.
Oh my god.
Enters tapped, and I have protection. And that's it for me. I got nothing else.
Untap. Upkeep. I'll draw. I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to activate Heliod, given the lifelink. Dylan, I'm going to come at you for 3.
Taking 3.
Sure. I'll gain 3. Go to 23.
I'll go to 10.
Take 2. Go to 21. Trinisphere.
Hell yeah.
I'll have an Exort trigger. I'll use it. I'll pay it.
It's lose life, so I am down to 9.
I'll go to 9 as well.
So I'll put a 1 counter here. I'll pass.
Untap. I'm gonna play a Shifting Woodland. I'm gonna cast a row for 9, like this. I'll just go ahead and sacrifice and put in the CZ first, and then I will draw, gain 3, going to 15. I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, Babo, save me. Here's an Abrade. I'll take 2 and go to 7 and draw for turn. You got City of Brass as my land for turn. I'm going to cast my 1 spell for the turn, and it's KROXA for 4 mana from the command zone. So each, I think it gets around the One Ring, discards a card, and if you can't get rid of non-land, lose 3 life.
It does get around the Run Ring. I'm discarding that Sovala.
I discarded Recruiter, the guard.
Discarding a Birds of Paradise.
So no life loss. And then KROXA will sacrifice back to the command zone. I have played a land that got 5 in hand. I don't want to attack yet due to death incoming. I will pass my turn.
I will untap, lose no life, and get a Sylvan Library trigger. Sure. We'll keep them like this and draw 1 card. Let's go to combat. I will swing Kogla down at Nate, and I'll swing NYLEA and Ashaya down at Tyler. I think the Kogla trigger has to destroy the Blind Obedience.
That makes sense. I did want to, have you ever, Kogla is a legendary creature.
You got that right.
Have you ever thought about that? Like, what if the mono green shell has Kogla as the commander, and you just attack and ping off Rhystic Studies as the games go on?
And that's how you interact with the board, is just like every turn you can make sure that no one has a card advantage engine.
Yeah, you just monitor the card advantage and play big creatures.
Some of the loops involve Kogla because it bounces something to
like
your
in a
hand.
Turtle Witness or something, yeah.
There's no way that's better than NYLEA.
I will declare no blocks.
Taking 12, and then Nate, you're taking 7.
I'm at 3.
I'll lose 2, go down to 7, and I'll cast Karametra's Acolyte.
Sure. Ooh.
After that, I'm going to pass my turn.
Untap. Upkeep. I'll draw. I will cast Grand Abolisher. I have 0 cards in hand.
I'm going to cast Archdruid's Charm. Mode is exile target enchantment. That enchantment is going to be Heliod.
I'm going to pay 2 life, going to 15 to activate Heliod, to give my Eidolon lifelink, and it will exile Heliod.
Good on Grand Abolisher otherwise.
Sorry, I have to say that I activate Nithos. I would have 1 floating, but it just doesn't matter.
Got it.
Cameron, I'm going to attack you for 5. It gets block or die.
I think I have to block with Karametra's Acolyte, so it dies.
I go to 20, and I will then pass turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. I'm gonna cast a Finale of Devastation for X equals 3.
Good with me.
Sounds great.
Yep.
I'm gonna make what I think is the wrong play here. I genuinely think that the right play might be to like search for X equals 3 and get Thoracle just to look at 4 cards and see if I can put Food Chain on top. But instead I'm gonna get 6. I will pass the turn.
Go to my turn. Untap, upkeep, Bob trigger. I'll take 0 damage off of this mountain and then draw a card. Play the mountain as my land for turn. Let's cast this Tiny Bones Pickpocket, spending 3 mana on it. I will pass my turn.
Okay.
I need to do something in Dylan's end step here. Cast an Endurance from hand.
Who's your target?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Target myself.
I'm gonna draw a card on end step. Go to my turn. Untap. Upkeep. I'll lose 1 and go to 6. We got a Sylvan Library trigger. Here's 1, 2, 3 cards for me to take a peek at. I'm gonna leave them like this. And I'll draw 1. I'm gonna go to combat. I gotta swing Kogla down at Nate. And then, yeah, Tyler, try to deal with these 2 things coming at you too.
Oh, sure.
Kogla trigger is gonna hit the Eidolon finally.
Sure. I'm gonna put Mist Hollow Griffin in front of one and Endurance in front of the other.
That sounds good.
I'll take 7.
Here's another forest. Go to 4. We'll cast the Woodland Bellower now. ETB trigger, I can search my library for a green creature, 3 or less. I'll find Circle of Dreams Druid. I got blockers now, so you know what? Fuck it. I'll draw 2. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I will pass.
And step. I'm gonna pay 3 and Nature's Claim the Rest in Peace.
Sure. All right. Untap, upkeep. I will draw. Play Inventor's Fair as my land for turn, and I'll cast Heliod, and I'll pass.
Untap, draw for turn. Move to combat. Nate, I'm gonna come at you with 6. When it attacks, I mill 3 cards. I can put a land from among them into your hand. I will Pact of Negation, Extract, and Windswept Heath. These are milled. I can put a land into my hand, which I will. 2/4 coming at you, Nate.
2/4.
Play a Command Tower as land for turn. Notably not the other land. Sure, what do I care? I'm dead anyway. Let's go ahead and cast URO for 11. Sacrifice it unless it escapes. And then I will draw a card, go to 6. and I can put a land from my hand onto the battlefield. I will. I'm going to put that Windswept Heath down, and I will pass the turn.
In your end step, I'm going to activate Hopeless Nightmare and sacrifice it. And when it goes to the graveyard, I will scry 2 on top. Then I'm going to cast 3 life on a Braid targeting the Trinosphere. I'll go to 4. Then I'll go to my turn. Untap, upkeep. I'll reveal off Bob and reveal this Soul Ring, go to 3, and then draw for turn. I'm at 3. I'm gonna cast Soul Ring, cast Dark Ritual, cast Burnt Offering, sacrificing Dark Confidant, red. 8, hard cast Hoarding Broodlord.
Hard cast Hoarding Broodlord. Okay, yeah, no response.
I will find this card. I'm gonna cast Saw in Half by convoking these 2 creatures and paying here, and I'll try to saw in half my Hoarding Broodlord. Destroy it and make 2 copies. These are 2 Hoarding Broodlords. I'll go make 2 searches. I'll find this 1 card and put it underneath, and with the other one, I'll find that 1 card, put it underneath, and then I will tap this dragon to cast Entomb, and I'll Entomb this World Gorger into my graveyard. Tap this other dragon and this Badlands to cast this Animate Dead.
No response.
Yeah, nothing here.
Animate Dead will bring back World Gorger Dragon. World Gorger Dragon triggers. It will exile all of my permanents, also the Animate Dead, and then World Gorger were sacrificed, and all my permanents will enter back in. All of them come back, including my lands that I'll be able to tap for a black and a red. I'll also get a Surveil in between this. Look at that card in the graveyard. I'll get a loop here of all my permanents going away and coming back, and I'll tap them for mana each time. On the final reanimation, I'll bring back the Hoarding Broodlord. I'll go search for, I have 1 billion mana. I'll do 1 more search. I'm sure you guys don't have anything, but I'll find this card. I'll cast KROXA from my command zone.
Nice, good job.
It'll have you guys to discard a card and lose 3 life if you can't. Or sacrifice, go back to the command zone, and I'll just do that over and over again with my billions of mana.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, shouldn't have won that game.
Yeah, that was a lucky one. I feel like everyone just kind of got sick of the stax pieces and wanted to get rid of them so they could actually get their value pieces online. And I was just sitting on a bunch of rituals in my hand, and that scry at the very end showed me a Soul Ring and a Hoarding Broodlord. So with the Dark Confidant, it was like, wow, this is just perfect. I should have done nothing that game at all, and just very coincidentally at the exact right time, the right card showed up on top. I mean, that's why you put those cards in your deck. That's why black is so powerful. It has access to tutors, and really good tutors like Hoarding Broodlord that can sometimes be 2 tutors. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We got surprisingly close with combat damage with NYLEA. It's super hard to assemble multi-card combos when there is a Rule of Law in play, but we did a really good job with Kogla getting to beat down the table, remove any kind of thing that could have been a threat with its enter the battlefield and attack trigger. So overall, more impressive showing than it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, Kogla definitely had a huge impact on this game, whether good or bad, maybe at the end, getting rid of the Rule of Law for me. But Tyler also had, although a game that he was hitting all of his land drops, it seemed like all he was able to do was just cast URO over and over again. The wheel seemed really timely. He got rid of a lot of good spells in his hand, and then after that, I was able to discard just the right number of things, I think, before he could use them.
And it seemed like a great game for HELIOD, too. Being able to get out a bunch of stacks, getting HELIOD's ability online to make sure that your stacks pieces get bigger and can actually threaten combat damage. It's really where you wanted to be. It was just kind of a shame that Kogla was around and that there were 2 of them even at one point.
Yeah, HELIOD just kind of ran out of time.
He had the mana. He just needed like an Enlightened Tutor to find Walking Ballista, but sometimes you're in mono white, so you don't always draw the cards you need.
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us directly, you can do so on Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
Spengler, Demetrius, Clark, Larceny Roars, Your Boy Blue, Sparky B,
Oh, sorry.
Insomnia, ST Phillip, Olden Grumpy, Gecko21, Caleb Ritchie, Zach Hartley, Reactive, Sean in the Ice, Luke Cook, Demon of Roscaries, Peter Stewart, Cornor Wild, Uncle Butch, Nick Foles go to 9, Quajay, Hamid, Lauren Connell, Scott Hawk, and Baby G-Bus.
If you want to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Thank you, Dragon Shield, for supporting the show. Use code PlayToWin5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off.
You can follow us on social media for more content.
Thank you for watching.
See you next time.
Boom.
We're talking about us 50 all people. They are ghost stories of constant more journalistic nothingness. Exactly closer on this is Captain Poetry, Justin Van Soil, Jacob Deck, Young Life Fans, Thomas Boyno, and David Nelson.
That's probably good.
I think so too.
That was probably good.
All right.